At 6 years old, Margaret Doss made a Christmas wish that would follow her for the rest of her life. Most people her age wanted Santa to bring toys and dolls, but Margaret wanted Santa to bring her away to explore the world most of us will never see.
My passion growing up was wanting to be a scientist, and so I became a water scientist. I asked for a microscope, I think when I was like 6 years old for Christmas.
Growing up in North Augusta, Margaret says she spent most of her days dreaming about how the world worked. By the time she graduated from Clemson University with a degree in microbiology, her curiosity turned into a calling: clean water for her community.
I like the whole idea of the water treatment, wastewater treatment, because in a sense you're serving your community. You're making sure people have clean water to drink, and you're protecting the environment by cleaning the water up as you're putting it back in there.
In 1985, Margaret married her true love, Scott. They spent 4 years in Hickory, North Carolina, before she landed a job as a wastewater laboratory analyst here in Columbia County in 1991.
I learned more about wastewater treatment, got my certifications in drinking water lab, wastewater lab, operator certification, and became the head operator at the wastewater treatment plant. Our boss at the time, the director, Bill Clayton, decided to build a central laboratory to do drinking water treatment and wastewater treatment laboratory operations, and so he made me the manager of the laboratory. So that was kind of cool. So I got to help design it, be there for the build of it.
But Margaret's work didn't end in the lab. Over the last 35 years, she's fallen in love with teaching, training, and sharing her knowledge at conferences across the state.
I actually was a fill-in instructor for the Georgia Water and Wastewater Institute up in Carrollton, Georgia. And I started doing talks at conferences explaining just what we had done here, how to design a laboratory. But then there were other things that were more fit for kind of the science background that I have. They created my position of compliance manager and put the central laboratory and the trainer and the business office under my jurisdiction.
For her, the job has always been about the people, not the title.
I love my coworkers. We work well together. We're all a family here. And it's to serve the county, to know that something that I do today is going to make sure that our community is safe.
Her impact stretches far beyond the state of Georgia. When she's not in Death Valley or at one of her favorite baseball stadiums, you'll find her serving as chair of the Water Operator Certification Board for the state or working with Water Professionals International. And recently, at one of those conferences, Margaret got the surprise of a lifetime.
First time we've created the Women in Water.
Paul Bishop, who is a great friend and the president and CEO of Water Professionals International, was talking about how they had a new award that they were going to present. It was for women in the water field, and that they were going to name this after someone. And so he starts talking about the someone.
3 decades. Our recipient has given herself to this organization and this profession.
Well, I'm looking through the room trying to figure out who Paul is talking about.
She has shaped exams, strengthened processes, and mentored countless colleagues for the recognition.
It never even crosses my mind that he's talking about me until he says, this will be known as
the Margaret Doss Award.
For the girl who started out with the children's microscope years ago, she says the honor felt unreal.
I was so shocked and flabbergasted. Like, I had no idea, no words. And he said, do you have anything you'd like to say? I couldn't even talk. I was so emotional. I was like, I just shook my head no.
She says she's never worked for recognition, only to serve and improve the environment she loves.
I like doing what I'm doing because I love it. The Bible says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart. And that's kind of how I've tried to live.
For Margaret Doss, a Christmas wish at just 6 years old has turned into a lifetime of service and a legacy that will go on to inspire women in water for generations to come.